Multiplying a fraction by a fraction. We have been using fraction bars to think about multiplying fractions. 1/2 of this fraction bar is shaded. If 1/3 of the shaded part is striped, how much of the bar is striped? I divided the shaded part into thirds and then drew stripes on one of the thirds. Then I needed to figure out how much of the whole bar is striped. Since fractions have to be equal shares, I just imagined the half that isn't shaded is also divided into thirds. Now, the entire fraction bar is divided into 6 equal parts, and one of them has stripes. So 1/6 of the bar is striped. An equation that represents this problem is 1/3 times 1/2 equals 1/6. 1/2 is the portion of the fraction bar that is shaded. 1/3 is the portion of the shaded section that is striped. 1/6 is the portion of the whole bar that is striped. I can also use an array to help multiply fractions. I am going to solve a problem about planting green beans. For this problem, this square represents one section of land. A section of land has an area of 1 square mile. Mitch owns 2/3 of a section of farmland. He's going to plant green beans on 1/2 of his land. What fraction of a section will be planted with green beans? Here's an equation that represents this problem. Mitch plants green beans on 1/2 of his land, which is 2/3 of a section. Mitch planted green beans only on a part of his land, so the answer is definitely going to be less than the size of Mitch's land. First, I'm going to shade the portion of the land Mitch owns. He owns 2/3 of the land, so I divided the square into thirds vertically and shaded in 2 of the thirds. Next, I needed to show the 1/2 of Mitch's land that is planted with green beans. Mitch planted half of his land with green beans, so I used a dotted line to divide the shaded part into halves. I'm going to put stripes in 1/2 of his land to show where he is planting green beans. Now, I have to figure out how much of a whole section of land will be planted with green beans. I extended the line that shows 1/2 of the 2/3 all the way across the square, and then I could see the whole square is divided into sixths. 2 of the sixths are striped, so 2/6 of the section of land will be planted with green beans. Here are different ways that I can represent and solve problems that involve multiplying a fraction by a fraction.
Okay, guys, now that I'm going to pause that. You can feel free to rewatch the video if you need more time, or you can rewatch this video as many times as you need. We're going to jump over to IXL where you're going to now apply what you've learned and actually practice these skills. Now, some of you might have already practiced these skills. Try them again, or if it is 100% complete, awesome. See if there's any other multiplying fractions skills that you haven't done. Okay, have fun.